Hi, everybody. It's Dominic Rubino from Cabinetmakerprofitsystem.com. How are you? Thank you very much for checking in. Today's video, today's piece of reading material that I've got for you is an interesting one. How to hire for attitude, including 2 interview scripts. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to read the document, which is up on my screen here. So throughout this little video, you're going to see me scrolling. Tell that I use a Mac because I just did the 2-finger thing, so that I can give you a little bit of insight into that. The reason I recorded it as an audio is because you may not be able to have the time to listen in your office, but you could download the audio and listen in your truck while you're driving around. And I thought this would be an interesting way for you to learn things. You could also share it with other people. If you want to share this or leave a comment, please do. Love to hear your feedback, and that'll allow us to increase the quality of the material that we're putting out there. I'm always doing research on best practices, especially for the trades industries, such as cabinet makers, architectural millworkers, woodworkers, joiners, finishers, window and sash and door guys, all that stuff. I just find that it makes for a better life when we all have better information to work from. All right. So how to hire for attitude, including the 2 interview scripts. I'm going to take you through it right now. In order to hire for attitude, you really want to follow a system so that we can, number 1, use our time wisely, because time is the most valuable asset you've got. And number 2, dig into the candidate's attitude before we hire them. I'm pretty sure you've had a situation similar to mine in the past where you've hired the wrong person and it's pretty much a cancer on the whole business. It stinks, it sucks. So there is a system for making sure that doesn't happen as much as we can. You know, you interview one person and another person shows up. Sometimes that happens and we have to work at it and use our gut instinct to do that. I've often said, you know, I interviewed Brooke Shields and then Rosie O'Donnell showed up. How did that sneak through? Sometimes it does. And geez, I hope Rosie O'Donnell doesn't get mad at me. I've seen her get mad. She goes off. Anyways, you really want to use your time wisely, and you want to find out people's attitude before you allow them to come into your team, because it's an important team and you've spent a long time building this business to the place it is. Keep in mind something called the Carnegie Triangle. I'm going to do a triangle here. Those are the 3 points of a triangle when bringing new people onto your team. There's 3 components to people when you hire them. Put that thumb down there. Knowledge, skills, and attitude. Knowledge, skills, and attitude. Of those 3, which one do you think is most important to contribute to the success of your team? What would make your team stronger? Somebody with a lot of knowledge, somebody with a lot of skills, or somebody with the right attitude? Well, for those of you who are driving in the car laughing, saying, I've been at this long enough, Dom, I know it's attitude, you're absolutely right. We can teach knowledge and skills all day long. As a matter of fact, in the whole makeup of what makes somebody a successful team player to add value to our team, knowledge and skills only add 7.5% each to somebody's overall impact on the team. But their attitude makes up 85% of the success of that new hire. So it is critically important. And you've probably seen this on your own. As a matter of fact, you're probably an excellent example yourself. You have a great attitude, which is why you are a businessman who has built this shop to where it is today, and who is also looking around for answers on how you can make it even better, because you're just wired that way. And we want to find people who are wired the right way, not necessarily entrepreneurially like you, but wired the right way for growth. Okay. So that what we do is we break it down into a 2-step process. You put out your ad. Okay. Now, if you want to know how to get people applying, how to pull in the right people, go back to Cabinetmakerprofitsystem.com or click here through the website and find the article and the news piece we have for you on how to hire for attitude, and also the A-frame sign or the sandwich board article that tells you how to pull a lot of people in. Once you've got that phone call coming into the office, what you do is you have a 2-step process. Step number 1 is it goes to your trusted administrator, and he or she is going to take that first phone call, and I've actually got a script right here. We're going to go through it right now for how to weed out the people that you don't want in your company, okay? So you want this person ideally to be different than the main interviewer. Depending on the size of your business, it might be your wife, your girlfriend, one of your friends who makes these easy first-level phone calls for you. If you find you're still too busy, feel free to use a recruiter if you want. It costs you a little bit of money, but it saves you time. All right, so here we go. So when the person calls in, you want to take their name and number. Maybe they sent an email in off a website, and that's great. In that case, you're going to call them back. So what you want to do is print off a copy of their resume and keep it in front of you for notes. And then you phone them up and you say, hi, are you okay to talk for a few minutes now about this position, CNC operator, finisher, millworker, laborer, whatever it is, here at my company, at MyCo. So, hi, are you okay to talk for a few minutes now about the CNC operator position here at MyCo? And they're going to say yes, no. You're just entering into a conversation with them and ask them, hey, are you at work now? Are you able to talk? Now, this is important, and I'll tell you why. Listen to how they answer and what they say. Because if they're disrespectful about their current employer, they're probably going to be disrespectful about you in the future. So you're going to have to use a judgment call, listen to their tone, listen to what they say. If they've taken a call on the shop floor while they're working for another guy, because they're looking for a job, you have to really consider if that's the kind of person that you want working at your place. And second, you're going to ask yourself, why does that other shop allow guys to use their cell phone on the floor? There's probably quite a few people there with less than the right amount of fingers. So make a note on their application. Next one you want to do is just simply have your admin confirm the contact details with the candidate, just purely administrative stuff. Do we have your name? Do we have your address? Do we have your phone number? Do we have your email? Those actually become really interesting pieces of information, because what you also can have your administrator do is go and use the Googler, get on the internet, and Google each of those individual things. Their name, their address, their email address, their phone number. You would be amazed at what you find. Just Google their phone number and you can see what kind of things they're selling off the online Craigslist or Kijiji or whatever it is in your city. And if you see some really suspicious and shady stuff there, then you know that this might be a suspicious and shady guy. But there is really good information to be had from those kind of things. And if they have pokerface123@yahoo.com as their email address, you might think they have a gambling problem, whatever. Find out neat stuff. So use that, but write that down. Have your administrator now ask them, what are you looking for in a new position? And if they go, job? I need a job. Yeah. Well, that's probably, well, depending on the position you're hiring for, that might not be the answer that you're looking for. Then ask, how did you find out about us? Write the answer down to this question. This is important for you from a management level, because if you start seeing certain people saying, look, we saw your A-frame sign, your sandwich board, that's great. If they saw your ad on Kijiji or Craigslist or some other online channel, you know where to put your spend your money to find more people like that, or to stop finding low-end people if you're finding low-end people. It's just information. That's all it is, and we have to use that info to go forward. Next question I like to ask, do you know anybody else at our shop? And maybe they'll say, yeah, I already know the finisher. Finisher is a buddy of mine. He's my cousin. He told me to apply. Okay, well, that's good to know. If the finisher is a clown and you don't like the finisher, well, this guy's just shot himself in the foot, and you don't have to tell him that, but now you know, right? Finishers, you know, it's a tough job, man. They smell some weird stuff all day. All right, do you know anybody else at our shop? Is the next question. Okay, what are you making in your current position? So your administrator is going to ask them this, right? Because you don't want them fishing for a $5 raise just by coming to you, because some people will do that. They'll call around to every shop that puts an ad in the paper and see if they can get a raise just by saying, yeah, I'm making $25 an hour right now, just to see if you'll take it. Ask them what they're making in their current position. And since it's your administrator, she or he will also say, I don't know what the boss is going to pay for this, but just need to know what level you're at. If they're too low or too high, then that's good information for you as well. We need to know if their wage lines up with our pay rate. Listen, if you're liking the information here, please feel free to share this with other shop owners that you know, or leave a comment in the comments section so that I can add material here or reply to some of your questions and add something that would be of value to you. But hopefully you're liking these scripts so far. So now we're still in the administrator in step one. You want to also ask, if we invite you for an interview, how will you get here? If they say, I'm going to walk, and your shop is really, really far from transit, you know they've got a problem. And maybe they already walk to where they currently work. If there's no transit near you, that's fine. If they're going to come by horse, you live in a small town. But if they say they're going to drive, it's good. You just want to know how they're going to get to work, because you don't want to hire a guy who suddenly says, yeah, can you come pick me up every day for work? And some of you are laughing because you already have those employees on your team and you want to have less of them. So just important to know that. Quick detail you can take care of right here. Next question, are you available for an interview from 9 to 5, Monday to Friday? I'm kind of hoping they say no, because I'm hoping they're already working 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, or whatever your shop hours are. It doesn't matter. But you want to know if they can come in while you're there, so you don't have to stay late or come in early. And of course, to find the right people, you and I know you'll do what it takes. That's how you got your business to where it is. You'll come in early. If coming in early is what's needed. And then why did you apply for this position is the next question. Then you want to ask, why are you leaving the other company? Write down the answer to that. Have your administrator write that down. And then also ask, how much advance notice do you need before you can come in for an interview? And again, we're listening for disrespect here. If they say, just leave this guy, walk out, I can quit here and coffee and come to your place by lunch, that's not the kind of person you want working in your shop, is it? So close the interview, really simply, just let them know you have a lot of resumes coming in and you're creating a short list for the company. Get a number to text or call them at. That's all you've got to do. Okay, this is going a little bit long, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate this into two separate pieces of content. This video here is just the pre-qualification, step 1 of 2, and I'll do another video for you on step 2 of 2. Thanks very much for checking in. If you've got any other questions, go back to Cabinetmakerprofitsystem.com. Contact me there, or like or share or leave a comment on this video, and I'll be sure to get back to you. Thanks very much. Appreciate you checking in. Have a great day.